Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to do something unusual which I haven't done anytime earlier. Generally, timed practice is done for drawing, like 1 minute drawing, 2 minute drawing, 5 minute drawing, and so on. But it's rarely done in painting. But I'm going to do a landscape painting challenge for which will last for 5 minutes. I have a timer here, and before I get into the actual painting process, let me explain what I have here. What you see here is a photograph. I will minimize it when I start painting it. I'll paint it on this paper. This is a 140 GSM paper, and I have some colors which I'm going to use. I'm going to use ultramarine blue, chrome yellow, burnt sienna, yellow ochre, and gouache white. So that's the setup. And before I get into the actual drawing process, let me quickly sketch the main shapes so that it helps me in making the painting. Here is the horizon line approximately, and there is this smaller or the mountain which is there in the foreground, and then there is, I'm looking at the photo and making this drawing, so that's why I just moved. So there are these smaller trees which are near the base of this mountain, and there is this larger tree here which is the focal area of the painting, and then there are multiple layers of greens and grasses here which are till the point where we see this painting start. So that's the basic drawing, and now I'll start the timer and paint this. So while I'm painting, I may not talk much because it's going to be a hectic 5 minutes. So now let's get started. I'm going to start first with the dark of the tree, which is this shape. And now I will modify this shape slightly, make it lighter, and paint these trees in, which obviously will be lighter in value. I think I'm painting too slow. Now let me paint the lightest part so that I get reference for all other things, which is the sky. So that's the sky. I want to make it even lighter. There is no time to think too much. Some more blue for the top part of the sky. Yeah. Now let's paint the mountain in the background, which is like a bluish green, and put a hint of yellow in it. Should be slightly lighter than what I have now. Yeah. And let me see if I can put in some nuances in color change without wasting a lot of time. Let me put in some blue here and there to make it slightly more interesting to look at. And also a hint of some white. And now coming to the mountain in the foreground, it's slightly more greenish and slightly more dull. can be lighter. I think I can go darker a bit because it has to sit in front of the mountain in the back and make it slightly brownish. And this will mean that I need to paint the trees in a different color now. Otherwise they won't stand out. Maybe this continues here, maybe not. Now let me get quickly the thing in the foreground. The grass is in the foreground. I think that's too dark, so it's fine if it's there in the foreground. I should run fast, otherwise I may not finish this in time. That's too quick. I will use this color on this very quickly just to show some darks. And bring it slightly down, and maybe this, the trees will be darker than this. Can I do it? Will I be able to finish this in, I think 15 minutes, 15 or 5 minutes can only give me so much. That's almost done. And I'm stopping here because I need to obey the timer. It's been hectic 5 minutes. Let me now just put the border again. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this 5 minute challenge, and I challenge you to try it on your own. You may not get a very nice looking painting, but that will force you, the time limit will force you to take quick decisions, look at the big shapes, and force you not to concentrate so much on the small shapes, which is actually very important in painting, that you don't concentrate on the minute things but look at the large shapes and get them to work nicely, and you have a good painting. If you have liked this video, press the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, and share this, and also let me know in comments how did you find this challenge and will you be attempting this. If 5 minutes seems too daunting for you, too challenging for you, then you should start with 10 minutes challenge. And the idea about, or the concept behind these challenges is not to get a finished painting, but to get into a habit of quickly analyzing the subject, the main shapes, and getting your practice. That's the aim. So don't worry if you don't get a finished painting at the end of these challenges, but it will improve your painting ability to a great extent if you continue doing these challenges. So I will be putting some videos up here now. You can continue the painting story there, and I'll see you there. Thanks.